today we will start with the 9th chapter, that is fundamental rights, fundamental duties and directive principles of state policy. What are fundamental rights? They are basically your haq or your basic rights which each and every human beings have. What are your fundamental duties? The duties you have towards your country, like having respect for the national flag, respecting all religion. They are basically your fundamental duties. And directive principles of state policy. What are directive principles of state policy? Those are basically guidelines or helplines for the state government to rule over the particular state. Okay. So that is what is fundamental rights, fundamental duties and directive principles of state policy. In the previous chapter, we have studied Indian Constitution, preamble and important pillars as well as specific characteristics. So in the last chapter, we had done about Indian Constitution, we did about preamble, we did about the pillars. In this chapter, we will talk about fundamental rights, duties and directive principles of state policy. First, we will talk about human rights. Human rights are what? They are basically common rights which each and every person should have. These human rights are basically given by UNO, that is United Nations Organizations. Okay. So human rights are basic rights which each and every human being should be getting, like right to live, right to breathe, right to practice their religion. There are some examples of human rights. Human rights are those rights which not only give a person his or her existence but also overall development, in which the society helps to construct an environment which enables him or her to grow. So what are they trying to tell you is that human rights are those rights which does not tell a person ki haan tame jeevo. What is existence? That you are living. Okay, so human rights does not only focus on the fact that human beings should be living, that they should be there, but they try to create an environment, they try to create a society where human beings can develop, where human beings can work towards their development. So human rights are not just those rights which tell you acha chalo તમે જીવો છો, okay, તમે છો, તમારું existence છે. No, but creating a society, creating an environment that makes sure that each and every human being works towards their development. In every democratic country, the citizens are conferred with basic rights. What are democratic countries? These are those countries wherein people choose their government. So all the democratic countries, they give these human rights, these basic rights to the citizens of their nation. A person is not discriminated on the basis of caste, can experience the basic rights. The protection of these rights are assured by the society and nation as well. The person by his birth owns rights which are his or her basic rights, which are known as human rights. So what they are saying is that human rights are those rights which does not discriminate, or let's say which does not favor one person or another person. It does not say, okay, I am going to favor one person who belongs to a particular caste or particular religion. No, each and every human being is treated in the same way. એવું નથી કે બ્રાહ્મણ છે એટલે વધારે ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ મળશે અને શૂદ્ર છે કે શેડ્યુલ કાસ્ટ છે તો એ લોકોને ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ નહીં મળે. નો, a Brahmin, a scheduled caste, a Kshatriya, anybody is treated equally. Okay, so people are not discriminated on basis of caste. Okay, they are not discriminated on basis of birth, okay, religion. Everybody is treated in the same way, and these rights you get as soon as you are born. As soon as you are born, you get these basic rights. Okay, and the nation and the society works towards protection of these basic human rights. United Nations General Assembly has declared human rights on 10th December 1948, and 10th December is celebrated as Human Rights Day. So 10th December is celebrated as Human Rights Day. Okay, please remember this date. And every year on 10th December we celebrate Human Rights Day. From the global announcement of human rights, certain basic important human rights are added to the Constitution of India, and thereby these rights are protected in a dignified way. Thus, those human rights which are included in the Constitution of India are known as fundamental rights. So, what they are trying to tell you is that from the United Nations human rights, some of those rights are taken by India and has included in the Constitution of India. So those human rights which are included in the Constitution of India are known as fundamental rights, which are given to each and every person. The human rights proclaim human beings to live in a dignified way. Dignified એટલે respectful way. So human rights make sure that each and every human being lives in a respectful way. Okay, that nobody treats us like animal. Okay. For existence of human being, basic needs, that is food, clothing, shelter, education and health, should be received in a dignified and a respectable way. So what they are trying to tell you is that United Nations makes sure that every person gets food, every person gets clothes, education, good health in a very dignified, in a very respectful way. Democratic country allow the citizens to enjoy equal rights for multifaceted development. The state guarantees such conducive environment wherein one has the protection of fundamental rights, a true identity of democratic system. So what they are trying to say, that in a democratic country where people choose their own, government, in that type of country, human rights are given so that human beings develop in a multifaceted એટલે ઘણી બધી એરિયાઝમાં, મલ્ટિપલ ફેક્ટર્સમાં હ્યુમન બીંગ્સનું ડેવલપમેન્ટ થઈ શકે. That is why these human rights are given to them. Also, each and every government makes sure that these fundamental rights which are given to people are protected, that no fundamental rights are broken. And fundamental rights and fundamental human rights are something which is the main part of democratic system. Any democratic country, any democratic government will have fundamental rights and will work towards protection of these fundamental rights. Now we will talk about fundamental rights. The national stability, protection of citizens' freedom and democracy are protected through fundamental rights. So what they are saying, what is stability? Balance. So nation no balance, protection of each and every citizen's freedom. All of us have freedom. So protecting each and every person's freedom. Okay, and these protection of democracy. For all these things we need fundamental rights. So what are these fundamental rights? There are total 6 fundamental rights. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. We will do these 6 human rights, okay, in this chapter. First is right to equality. Equality before law. Everybody is treated in the same way in front of a law. If you are rich, if you are poor, everybody is treated in the same way in front of law. Law એટલે rules and regulations. Okay, અગર તમે રૂલ બ્રેક કર્યો છે, તમે રિચ છો કે પુઅર છો, તમને પનિશમેન્ટ તો મળશે જ તે. Okay, so everybody is equal before the law. Equal protection of the law. Okay, everybody is to be protected. Each and every law has to be protected. Okay, are included in right to equality. This fundamental right is the major foundation of all other rights and privileges guaranteed to Indian citizens. This is the main right through which the nation is protected, through which each and every citizens are protected. And right to equality is something that is the foundation, that is the main thing of the country. It is one of the one of the chief guarantees of Constitution of India. So this is one of the major important right in the Constitution of India. Thus it is imperative that every citizen of India has easy access to courts, exercise his or her duty to equality. So what they are saying is, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, if you feel that some injustice is done towards you, injustice એટલે ના ઇન્સાફ થાય છે, so whether you are rich or poor, you have the right to go to the court. Each and every person has the right to go to the court. Nobody can tell you no. If you feel something bad has happened to you, you can go to the court. That is your right. That is your right to equality. According to this right, a person shall be shown a favoritism on the basis of color, caste, creed, language, etc. So what are they trying to say is that no person, favoritism એટલે એક જેમ ક્લાસમાં ઘણીવાર એવું થાય કે ટીચરને એક ફેવરિટ સ્ટુડન્ટ હોય, દેટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ ફેવરિટિઝમ. ઓકે, કે એ પર્સન, એ જે સ્ટુડન્ટ હોય એને ટીચર્સ બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ આપે, એને ક્લાસનો મોનિટર કરે, એને બધી એક્ટિવિટીમાં પાર્ટ લેવા દે એન્ડ ઓલ that is called favoritism. In general, I am explaining you the meaning of favoritism. So over here what they are saying, no person, कोई भी person ने ये favoritism नहीं देखाड़े. Quote, whether whichever caste they belong to, whatever color they have, white or black, you can't tell someone you are black so you don't get right to equality. No, whatever religion you are, whatever caste you are, whatever language you speak, you have the right to equality, and no person will be favored or no person will be given importance on these basis. ઓકે, હું એમ ન કહી શકું કે અચ્છા બ્રાહ્મણ છે તો બ્રાહ્મણ તો ક્રાઇમ કમિટ કરી જ ન શકે, ખાલી ક્ષત્રિય જ ક્રાઇમ કમિટ કરી શકે. નો, હું એમ ન કહી શકું કે મુસ્લિમ છે એટલે મુસ્લિમે જ ક્રાઇમ કર્યો છે, હિન્દુએ ક્રાઇમ ન કર્યું હોય. નો, everybody has right to equality, no matter what caste, color, gender, language, wherever they come from, everybody has the right to equality. Law is equal, law is equal to all. Law is equal to each and everyone. That is from Prime Minister. If they are against the law, they are treated equally and are bound to the general court of law. However, the president and the governors have certain privileges. So what they are saying, even if the Prime Minister has committed a crime, if the Prime Minister has done something wrong, he can be called to the court. He cannot say, I am the Prime Minister of India, I am not going to come to the court. No, you are Prime Minister, you are Garib, you are whoever you are. If you have done a crime, you have to come to court. However, presidents and governors who are there, they have certain privileges, they are given little importance. એ લોકોને કોર્ટમાં તમે ન બોલાવી શકો. એ લોકોને અગર એ લોકોએ કાંઈ ક્રાઇમ કર્યું હોય તો એ લોકોની અલગ પ્રોસિજર છે એ લોકોને ટ્રીટ કરવા માટે. સો પ્રેસિડેન્ટ અને ગવર્નરને they have certain advantages, but even if it's a prime minister, they have to come to the court. In each and every circumstances, the law should prevail equally. Whatever happens, law should be equal for each and everyone. There should be no discrimination or specific favoritism shown to a particular person or a class. So what they are saying, you cannot discriminate, मतलब तफावत न करी सको कि you cannot show favoritism to one person, okay, or one type of class. Class એટલે high class, middle class, low class. So you can't show that, you know, I am only going to favor Ambani, I am not going to favor poor people. No, અંબાનીએ ક્રાઇમ કર્યો છે તો અંબાનીને બી કોર્ટમાં જવું પડશે, અગર ગરીબે ક્રાઇમ બ્રેક કર્યો છે તો એને બી જવું પડશે. So everybody is treated equally before the law. Every law should be equally disseminated. So what they're saying, every law should be treated, disseminated meaning treated equally. Every person shall have equal admittance to public places like shops, restaurants, hotels, public entertainment places, have equal access to roads, lakes, use of public wells and bathing ghats. However, the state has the right to make any specific arrangement for women and children for the development of any socially or educationally backward class, scheduled caste or scheduled tribe. So what they are trying to say is that no person can tell you no to enter a temple, to enter theatre, okay, to use a lake, road, bathing places, shops, restaurants. You have the right to go to all these places. Nobody can say, oh, you belong to this religion, you belong to this caste, so you cannot enter my restaurant or you cannot enter my house. No, nobody can say that to you, okay. Each and every person has the right to be admitted meaning they have the right to go to public places like shops, restaurant, hotels, entertainment places. Entertainment એટલે તમારું થિયેટર કે પછી ઓલું water park, okay, all these places everybody is allowed to go. However, for scheduled caste, for scheduled tribe, for women and for children, they get certain advantages, okay, because they belong to because their development is very slow. Okay, scheduled caste are those people who belong to નીચલી જાતિ, બહુ નીચલી જાતિના લોકો હોય ને એને scheduled caste કહેવાય. Scheduled tribe are આદિવાસી people, and women and children, for their development government makes sure that they get certain special rights. Okay, so special rights are there for them. No citizen shall be discriminated on basis of race, caste, religion, creed, descendant, place of birth, in respect to any government services and higher educational order of the state. In matter of state public service, equal opportunities have been offered to all citizens. However, the state is given permission to make citizens regarding qualification for said services. So what they are saying is that if you are applying for government jobs, if you are applying for any school, you are applying for any job, you are applying to any college, school or government, or you are giving government exams like IAS, IPS, UPSC, GPSC, okay, so this, in all these exams, each and every person can sit, no matter what caste, what religion, what creed, what language you speak. Nobody can say no to you for giving those exams. It is your right to give these exams. However, there are certain qualifications required to give this exam. Right now you are in 9th standard. You can't say I want to give UPSC exams right now. No, you have to be a graduate to give a UPSC exam. Okay, so you need certain qualifications, you need certain degree to give these exams, but each and every person has the right to give these exams. Okay, as guaranteed to social justice and personal dignity, untouchability is abolished and its practice is prohibited as a punishable offense. So what they are trying to tell you over here is social justice. Social justice, at least justice or insaf in the society, to make sure that the society is fair for everyone, to make sure that everybody is treated equally. Okay, untouchability is removed. Untouchability એટલે અછૂત અછૂત જે પહેલા હતી, જ્યારે લોકો એમ કહેતા કે તમે નીચલી જાતિના છો તો તમે મારા ઘરે ન આવી શકો, તમે ભણી ન શકો, તમે ટેમ્પલમાં ન જઈ શકો. દેટ વોઝ અનટચેબિલિટી. ઓકે, અનટચેબિલિટી એટલે તમે અગર એ લોકોને ટચ કરો તો તમે ઇમ્પ્યોર થઈ જાઓ કે ગંદા થઈ જાઓ. સો દેટ મેન્ટાલિટી વોઝ ધેર ઇન ઇન્ડિયા. So this untouchability is totally abolished. Abolished એટલે totally removed. If you are shown, if you do that to another person, you are pulled to court. Okay, it's a big, you get very big punishment. Okay, so people who belong, if you treat another person like, okay, I'm not going to touch you, I'm not going to let you use water, I can't eat in your house, if they take you to the court, it's a punishable offense, meaning you can go to jail for that. Okay, titles and epithets which are artificially discriminated in society have removed. What are titles? Raja, Maharaja, Rani, આ બધા જે title હતા લોકોના, it has been removed off completely, so that equality is there in the nation. So all these titles which were given to people like Maharaja, Mahatma, all these titles have been completely removed. The adjective used before the names like Sir, Divanji, Rai Bahadur are removed. So you know, ઘણી વાર આપણે લોકોને સર, દિવાન, રાય બહાદુર, એ લોકોના નામની આગળ આ બધી વસ્તુ લાગતી. That all things are removed. After independence, the government, in order to felicitate special contribution and achievements of individual in various fields, special awards like Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, Paramveer Chakra is awarded in military services. So what they're trying to tell you is that people who have done special work in any subject like science, maths, arts, okay, or who have contributed a lot in various fields, or they have done some special thing towards development of society, they are given awards like Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, and Paramveer Chakra award is given to people who have shown great amount of courage in military, in Air Force or in Navy. Okay, so for that Paramveer Chakra and all these awards are given to people. Titles are removed but awards are given to people. Okay, adjectives like general, major, chief marshal, field marshal are added before the names in military. So in military, people hold various positions like general is there, a major is there, chief marshal, field marshal. So all these titles are given to people who are in military. Okay, all these adjectives, which is not considered as a violation of right to equality. So giving awards, giving adjectives like general, major, chief marshal, field marshal is not considered as a violation to equality. The aim of this right is to form an equitable society and therefore establish the rule of law in India. So what they're trying to say is that the main aim of right to equality is to make sure that we create a society which is equal for each and every citizen, okay, and that proper rules and regulations are there in the society. To provide specific services to different types of group or classes, there are different types of provision under the law. For example, there are different laws for advocates, doctors, teachers, insurance agency, women, juvenile. So what they're saying is that there are certain groups or certain types of people, laws are different in different areas where you work. So for lawyers, the laws are different. If you become a doctor, तो डॉक्टर नी फील्ड में लॉज अलग हसे, टीचर्स नी फील्ड में लॉ अलग हसे, women, for children, laws are different. The principle of equal pay for equal work is a part of an article. So here they are trying to say is that every person who is working in a factory for 8 hours, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, everybody has to get equal pay. For example, I am coming to school, okay, I am a teacher, so what salary I get and what salary Chetan sir gets is same. The reason is why, because both of us are working in the same place. Nobody can say, oh, because you are a woman, I am going to pay you less. No. If you are working, equal pay for equal work.